Seeing all generals welcomes you. Enjoy the animal world. On this edition of Enjoy the Animal World, we are taking a trip to our third West Coast Game Reserve and we don't know what to expect. This is BUFFELSFONTEIN Game and Nature Reserve, an hour drive from Cape Town and 45 minutes drive from Saldanha Bay. This 1600 hectares game reserve is home to various wild animals: lions, buffaloes, white rhinoceros and giraffes, among other animals. We seem to be lucky enough to start our game drives with ostrich sighting. This is our first sighting for today too. Remember on episode 2 of Game Drive in Enjoy the Animal World, our first sighting was an ostrich sighting. Wildlife experts claim that ostriches live in nomadic groups, between 5 to 50 birds, and often travel together. However, I need to highlight that I've sighted 3 different ostriches in 3 different game reserves, traveling or eating alone. Maybe it's because they are in game reserves. That is a wildebeest. It's so amazing how animals in this game reserve seem to be familiar with moving vehicles and people taking pictures of them. You see, this wildebeest is not disturbed by our interest in it. One of the ugly 5. We've arrived. BUFFELSFONTEIN welcomes us. Wow, a well-thought layout. This reception area is clean, green and uncluttered, with a spacious restaurant so that visitors are not crowded together, but close enough to create a welcoming environment while waiting for the game drive. Wow, do observe that scenery. Such a lovely sight. Don't you love the greenery? Let us go check the other side. BUFFELSFONTEIN also offers accommodation if you're traveling from far. Look at those chalets or cottages, built with stones and grass roofing. Nice architectural design. A cup of hot coffee and some rusks will do, while waiting for the game drive time. Well, the setup of the restaurant. Getting the gang together and looking for a suitable venue. You shouldn't look far from this restaurant, which served us nice food. As you can see, they are well versed for catering to large groups. Antelope trophies hanging on the wall. This picture is brief history of BUFFELSFONTEIN. Once a cattle farm, home to ostriches and small buck. However, in year 2000, a West Coast fire destroyed the farm and only left few cattle and the workers' huts. It is after then, the owner built a new BUFFELSFONTEIN, which opened in 2002 to the public. Let us go and enjoy the game drive. There is so much to see in this game reserve. It is virtually impossible to do it all in the one game drive, as there are many animals. Wildlife and nature are a real attraction for tourists.
That's it.
If you didn't know, Western Cape is unique, weather-wise, having its rainy season in the winter June to August, but we seem to be fortunate enough today. As it is a bit warmer and clear skies, we have higher chances of sighting more animals. I think I've spotted two springboks. A great, close-range sighting of the springboks, playing with horn fight. Did you recognize that? There's a springbok that is all brown. That is simply a variation, mutation in color from the common springbok. This is called a copper springbok, Antidorcas marsupialis. Game ranchers in South Africa selectively managed breeding a common springbok to produce the color variety known as copper springbok. This medium-sized gazelle is a color variation of the South African springbok, not a separate species. They are dark copper in color, with a dark stripe running down their sides and a dark face. Like all springbok, they have a skin fold on their back that opens to reveal a length of fanned hair, which is frequently displayed when pronking or when feeling ecstatic. They can be found in the Free State, Northwest, Eastern, Western, and Northern Cape provinces of South Africa. The zebras in this game reserve seem to be shy and frightened by tourists and moving vehicles. However, the blend of the landscape's green fields and their stripes is a great scenery. See the boundary fence of that building made out of logs. I admire the repurposing of the natural resources. This also creates a natural environment for the animals. Let's see the other parts of the reserve. What sighting do they have in store for us? To Cape buffalo bulls. All that buffaloes do is graze, on the basis of scent, taste, and protein content, several grass species, and even their parts leaves, stems, and inflorescence are chosen. Grazers can distinguish the nutritious from the coarse by the amount of effort required to rip the plant apart, since the amount of effort required to rip the plant apart, since the amount of protein in vegetation is related to its softness. Zebras again on the scene. Can you spot them walking in between the shrubs and grass? I think I also see some elans on the far side of the zebras. The majority of a male buffalo's life is spent alone, away from the herd and from other males. In actuality, they only re-establish contact with the female's herd and the young of those animals during mating season. They can see the other males scattered around the huge plains. For sure, they may also distantly observe the herd. But theirs is a lonely situation by God's design. They are by themselves as they sit, eat by themselves. Only they pass away. The Cape buffalo is the only member of the buffalo that occurs naturally in Africa. By looking at the size of these buffalo horns, these bulls might be between 7 and 15 years old. They are still massive in size and show no signs of sickness. According to the Roy Technical Series 67, the body size and body weight in crossbreds are greater than in local buffaloes. Therefore, meat yield performance in crossbreds is better than in local buffalo. This game drive experience was great, thanks to the Game Ranger. Thanks for watching. Be in the lookout for part 2 of the BUFFELSFONTEIN game drive. Please like, comment, share and subscribe for more of my videos.